It was the relentless monsoon month of Sawan, and rain was hammering the small village. Water poured off the tarp of a humble food cart. Under the shelter of a giant banyan tree, the local food market was split into a strict duopoly. On one side stood Jagu, doing a brisk trade in hot, spicy chicken biryani. On the other side was Madan, staring at a deserted cart filled with steamed vegetarian momos. This correlation matrix maps local consumer demand against the weather, revealing a clear inverse relationship. The cold, wet monsoon suppresses the desire for light vegetarian snacks, while driving a massive spike in demand for spicy proteins. Madan lacked product-market fit. Jagu noticed this too. He mocked his rival, telling Madan that his bland dumplings were a dead product in this weather, and advising him to pack up and go home. That night, instead of quitting, Madan looked closely at the data. He realized the villagers weren't rejecting his technical skill as a cook. They were specifically rejecting his core ingredient, cabbage and carrots. This Venn diagram illustrates Madan's agile pivot. He combined his steaming infrastructure on the left with the market demand for spicy meat on the right. By filling dumpling wrappers with spiced minced chicken, he created a completely new product, the Desi Chicken Momo. Surviving the early stages of a business requires ruthlessness with your own ideas. You cannot stubbornly push your preferred product. You have to aggressively adapt to what the raw market data is telling you. The very next afternoon, Madan launched his new product. To secure immediate validation, he offered his first steaming plate to the sarpanch, the village headman and a key local influencer. The sarpanch took one bite, and the spicy, juicy chicken inside the thin wrapper was an instant hit. This chart tracks the rapid market shift. After the sarpanch's approval, adoption of the chicken momo spiked exponentially, while Jagu's sales plummeted. From Jagu's perspective, this was a zero-sum game. His business could only survive if his competitor was destroyed. That night, a heavy thunderstorm rolled in. Under the cover of darkness and crashing rain, a shadowy figure crept up to Madan's locked cart, broke the seal, and tampered with the steaming equipment. When an entrenched monopoly faces a disruptive innovation it cannot match on quality or price, it often bypasses competition entirely, resorting instead to unethical market manipulation. The following morning, Madan opened his steamer and was hit by a bitter, foul odor. From across the square, Jagu immediately pounced, warning the gathering crowd that Madan was trying to sell them rotten, dangerous meat. Madan had invested his remaining capital into that morning's inventory. But as the foul smell filled the square, he didn't hesitate. He dumped the entire day's stock into the waste bin, taking a 100% financial loss to ensure no customer got sick. That immediate sacrifice protected his most valuable asset, brand trust. In a small village ecosystem, the cost of one day's inventory is far lower than the long-term cost of a poisoned customer. But Madan also knew who was responsible, and he deployed a counter-strategy of psychological warfare. He loudly bragged that his new ingredients would be locked inside an impenetrable, password-protected city safe bolted directly underneath his cart. At 1 a.m., Jagu took the bait. As he knelt in the mud trying to pry open the heavy metal box, the sarpanch and several villagers stepped out from behind the banyan tree with lanterns. Jagu was caught red-handed. By engineering a situation where Jagu's intent became visible to everyone, Madan forced a hidden conflict into a public resolution. The village council convened the next morning. For endangering come-up health and attempting to ruin a rival, Jagu faced total exile from the market, a ruling that would end his career and his family's income. As the villagers prepared to enforce the council's decision, Madan stepped forward with a different proposal. This model illustrates a shift away from zero-sum thinking. Rather than viewing Jagu as an enemy to be destroyed, Madan recognized him as a skilled labor asset. By absorbing his competitor, he could expand the entire ecosystem. Madan proposed an impromptu corporate merger. To work off his debt, Jagu would bring his operation over and pool their complementary products, working side by side. The result was a new, highly profitable market dynamic. Customers no longer had to choose between products. They could enjoy Madan's steamed chicken momos alongside Jagu's hot biryani in a single transaction, dominating the local food scene.
True market dominance rarely requires annihilating the competition. With agile innovation and the emotional intelligence to turn a bitter rival into a strategic partner, A business can capture the entire market.